Hi friends, my name is Esti. I'm a Singaporean living in Sweden. Recently, the price of food is crazy. Easter food shopping hasn't been cheap. In this video, I'm going to share with you how I tackle this issue. Traditionally, we eat quite a lot of lamb, fish, and eggs during this festive season. Having a tight budget doesn't restrict us from enjoying good food. So instead of buffet, I made this Smörgåstårta with other side dishes. By saving this money, I can make more food so that I could make some lunch boxes for my daughter. We will be making Smörgåstårta together and how we spend an awesome weekend together in the nature. And I'm going to show you how to use vegetables to make fertilizer and also to regrow certain vegetables. If you're looking for emergency food idea, make sure you watch until the end. First of all, let me show you how I make my Smörgåstårta. This is a sandwich cake we eat only on special occasion. I really hope that this is not the last Smörgåstårta we'll be eating for a long time. The trick for this recipe is a super moist bread. And to moist it, use chicken stocks. I then spread it with a generous amount of liver paste, followed by the bread and a layer of eggs with mayonnaise. Then another layer of paste, making sure that you have every layers of bread being moist. After that, I cover them and put them in the refrigerator and store them overnight. These steps is very important. The next morning, I asked my daughter to cover the bread with a generous amount of mayonnaise and soft cheese. After that, it is going to be decorated with some smoked salmon, shrimps, and vegetables. Tomatoes and cucumbers are traditionally used, but today, for budget purpose, I'm using salad. This way is much more economical and more lasting. After a few minutes of decorating, this is how it looks like. I think my daughter did a good job. Food price can be quite challenging for a student like herself, so I made some lunch boxes for her. And this morning, I made her favorite fried chicken and some rice noodle. And I'm so happy that she really appreciates what I've done for her. It is important to let her know she have my back no matter what. So instead of a big buffet, this is what we eat for this year, 2022 Easter. After lunch, we decided to go to the summer house for some fresh air. And I'm sure you can tell that my daughter, she's a nature lover, just like her mom. And today we are really lucky because it's such a beautiful day today. It's really sunny and warm. There's no wind, so it's perfect to start a bonfire. I love the smell of the burning wood. It felt so nice to be able to feel the heat of the sun. After almost 6 months of winter with dark and coldness, these are what we really need.
För lite glöd.
Swedes love their sausages. Talking about sausages, I also recently tried to make some sausages that can be preserved. These are Chinese dried sausages, cheong. To make these sausages, you need pieces of pork fat. The fat will prevent the sausages from drying out. During the old time, when people are poorer, they couldn't afford to buy the lean meat, so pork fat is one of the good alternatives to save money. So nowadays, if you can find any pork that is on special offer, make sure you take the opportunity to buy them because they will not be cheaper. Next, mince the meat with a food processor. Cut the meat into smaller pieces so that it is easier to grind them. I didn't grind them for a very long time because I don't want it to be too fine. And these are the ingredients we need to make these sausages. In Sweden, it is quite easy to find this pork stomach for making sausages at supermarket. For seasoning, you need sugar, salt, alcohol, preferably 30% for killing any bacteria, light soy sauce, and this Chinese red yeast coloring. You could opt this if you don't have them. Next, season the pork. Add all the seasoning in the meat and mix well. Once you have done that, you want to cover them with a plastic so that you could put them in the refrigerator overnight. If you don't have a sausage presser, you can use a piping bag. You only require to have some patience and time. It's a little bit messy, but it's quite fun. Use string to separate the sausages. The length is up to you. Use toothpick to remove the air bubbles in the sausages. Dry the sausages on a drying rack. I was told that we could dry the sausages in the refrigerator for 7 days. We just have to make sure the temperature is between 6 to 10 degrees Celsius. But after 7 days, I realized that the sausages is still not so dry. So this is my plan B. I put all the sausages in this drying net and asked LG to help me to hang them in the sauna. So now we just have to wait. I'll keep you guys posted on the developments. Fertilizer is going to be gone in the market, so I recently tried to make my own fertilizer using vegetable scraps. All I need to do is to soak them in water for 2 to 3 days and later use it to plant my vegetables and plants. You can literally use any kind of vegetable waste. This water not only fertilize but also keep the pests and insects away. As for the carrot tops, I'm going to transfer them later in the garden. You can grow them and collect the seeds for later use or use the green leaves for stir-fry and other delicious and nutritious dishes. And remember the bread that I use for making the Smörgåstårta? Instead of throwing away, I'm going to use it for croutons. Crouton is a poor man's condiment and is commonly used in salad, dishes, soup, even stew. To season the bread, all you need is olive oil, onions, pepper, and some spices or herbs. Cut the bread edges into cubes and pour in the seasoning. Transfer them on a baking tray and bake them for 10 minutes. Voila! Now you have saved a few bucks. Remember the barbecue pork that I made earlier? Yesterday I added some onions and vegetables and 1-2 tablespoons of barbecue sauce. Spoon them on my puff pie pastry. I took the opportunity to buy as much pastry as possible because it was on special offer. You know, you could also freeze the pastry if you don't want to use them right away. This could save you time and money in the future. So if you see this pastry on sale, grab them and buy them. This mini pie can be freezed and eaten as emergency food. And here we go, 12 portions meal under $5. The cost of food is really scary. If you like the ideas of economy meals idea, let me know in the comments so I can make more of this kind of video. From your comments, I know that my content is improving. That is one of my goals. Spring is on its way. It means that I will be busy foraging food from the nature. Foraging is one way where you could find food from the nature. because food shortages is going to be a serious problem. If you like this video, give a thumbs up, share this with anyone that you care about. Stay safe, and I'll see you in my next. Bye bye.